My name is Dalia Rebolledo. I'm currently a junior for the Interdisciplinary Bachelor's degree program. Currently a junior, but I'll be a senior next spring, so it's exciting. My concentration is social issues, and I'm going to get a certification in nonprofit management as well. I was born and raised in Mexico, actually, and I moved here to Texas when I was 9 years old. That was in 2006. And I actually chose UTD because it's close to where I live. But also the program study was really interesting. When I was researching what I wanted to do for my bachelor's program, I was pretty lost, to be honest. But once I found the Interdisciplinary Studies program, I was like, this can work because I can customize it and choose the classes that I want to take. That was the plan. But to do social work, obviously we don't have social work here at UT Dallas. I was either going to have to do UT Denton, UNT, or go to UT Arlington. And that's not possible right now for me because of transportation issues. It's like a little too far for me. But so I was like, okay, what can I do in the meantime? And this was a good program. And actually a friend of mine took this program too, so I thought I might give it a try. When I did my summer orientation, and they told me a little bit more about the program, right? So they were like, yeah, you can do this and that. And I was like, can I take sociology classes? Because that's my main interest. They're like, yeah, you can take those as electives. And I was like, that's awesome. But I didn't want to take a sociology major because there's some classes that I'm not interested in. So I wanted to choose my own classes that I found interesting. And that was what I was able to do with this program. So when I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with transition myelitis, and that led to paralysis, and I was hospitalized for 5 weeks, and then I was in inpatient rehab for 4 weeks. And obviously it was a difficult transition going from able-bodied to having a disability. And the social worker that I had at the time, she made everything easier. Transitioning from the hospital to my house and making sure that I had all the equipment that I needed that I didn't know existed, that was like what made a big difference in that difficult situation. So since then, I've had a lot of admiration for social workers. And I know a lot of people, when they think about a social worker, they think of like working with children and CPS, but I see social worker as someone who's going to be a caseworker whenever you get sick in hospitals. And even after that, the last 10 years, I've had great social workers. And I know they're always going to be there if I need something, and they are very resourceful. My favorite thing, aside from customizing my classes and choosing what I want to take, is having the different skills. You know, from the IS class, I took an environmental class, mostly to satisfy my requirement, but I didn't think I was going to learn so much from it, like public policy and public speaking and talking about these difficult topics. I didn't think that was going to be something that I was going to learn, but now that I'm taking this class, it's going to be a skill that I'm going to be able to use in any field that I go to. My favorite instructor is obviously Dr. Wissinger, and I've taken a few of her classes. I took the inquiry, I'm not sure what the title is. Nature of Intellectual Inquiry, yeah. That was my favorite class, mostly because it helped me develop more writing skills. We did a research paper. I've never done a research paper, and she kind of laid it out for you, like what she wants, and she was very good at explaining everything. And I feel like that's going to help me, because this semester I have to write a research paper for another class, but the professor didn't give you an outline. She kind of just expected you to know how to do it. So taking that class kind of prepared me for this other classes that I'm taking. That is a great question, and I think I'm still trying to figure it out. Trying to decide. So I have plan A, B, and C. So I think it's good to have different plans, right? Plan A would be to transfer to UT Arlington and do my master's in social work, and it's going to be an online program, so I wouldn't have to like actually be in there, and maybe I can get a job and do that at the same time. I'm not sure. I hope that's a good plan. The other plan would be to stay here at UT Dallas and do the
MAIS?
yes, but I don't know what I would concentrate in. There's a few good options. There's the diversity, healthcare studies. I don't know. That's a good plan too. The other plan that I've been considering too would be to transfer you to UNT and do their public administration master's program. I'm actually a transfer student, and I'm a part of the transfer mentor program, and I'm currently mentoring a new transfer student here. And the first thing that I told her, well, I obviously asked her what her goals were, if she was just mainly focused on getting good grades, or what was her expectation coming to campus. And she said obviously she wants to get good grades, but she also wanted to be more involved. And so my advice for her was go to the organization fair that they do here, and they have a lot of organizations that you may not even think about, and find one that kind of calls to you and that you might want to be more involved in.